The Environmental Protection Agency has moved to terminate Solar for All, a $7 billion initiative created under the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act to bring solar power to low-income households. Launched as part of the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, the program was expected to help more than 900,000 families save about $400 a year on their electric bills by paying for rooftop panels and community solar gardens. Supporters also projected more than 200,000 new jobs and sizable cuts in air pollution. In 2024, the EPA had already awarded grants to 60 recipients, 49 state agencies, 6 tribal nations, and 5 regional coalitions, covering every state and United States territory. Many of those recipients have since hired staff, signed construction contracts, and, in a few cases, broken ground on projects. The agency's abrupt reversal follows passage of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which eliminated the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund. Without that fund, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin says the agency lacks both the money and the legal authority to continue. Calling the program a boondoggle, he argues the move will save taxpayers $7 billion.
The fallout is immediate and widespread. Harris County, Texas, planned to use its grant for rooftop panels and job training. California had set aside $250 million for a statewide solar push. Tribal nations were counting on more than $135 million to gain energy independence and lower typically high utility costs. Now, nearly 1 million low-income families stand to lose promised savings, while state and local governments are left holding contracts they may not be able to honor.
The decision has sparked a fierce legal and political fight. Critics claim canceling awards that were already signed violates contract law and oversteps the new statute, which they argue applies only to funds not yet committed. Former EPA officials and numerous environmental groups call the move short-sighted, saying it undermines years of planning and undercuts communities that shoulder the heaviest energy burdens. Several grant recipients have announced lawsuits seeking to reinstate their funding, and many projects have been paused while the courts weigh in. Beyond the courtroom, the dispute underscores a broader shift in federal energy policy. Where the previous administration emphasized rapid expansion of clean power, the new administration has prioritized repealing climate programs it considers wasteful, signaling a tilt back toward fossil fuels. Supporters of the repeal see it as fiscal responsibility. Opponents see it as abandoning vulnerable families and stalling the transition to cleaner, cheaper energy. For now, uncertainty reigns. Contractors wait to learn if their jobs will materialize. Families who expected lower bills wonder how they will keep up with rising energy costs. State and tribal leaders weigh whether to bridge funding gaps on their own or hope the courts restore federal support.
What happens next will shape not only these individual projects, but also the nation's broader approach to energy equity. If the lawsuits succeed, Solar for All could be revived, reaffirming federal backing for community solar. If they fail, the episode may become a cautionary tale about the fragility of climate programs built on shifting political ground. Either way, the stakes are clear. $7 billion, hundreds of thousands of potential jobs, and the promise, now in doubt, of cleaner, cheaper power for the families that need it most.